Hey soldiers, we've got a crazy request from Changpeng Zhao, who's the former CEO of Binance. I don't know if the federal government's going to go for this. It's really a weird request. We'll get into it in a minute. Guys, let's follow what's going on with this company. We've got a lot of money coming out of it. There's a total loss of confidence in Binance, especially on the heels of what has happened with the FTX debacle, Sam Bankman-Fried's conviction. Guys, hit subscribe. We follow these stories to help you better navigate this global economy because we want you to win in this global economy. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Now, before we get to this crazy request made by Changpeng Zhao, let's talk about the fact that Binance users have yanked nearly $1 billion from that crypto exchange after Changpeng Zhao has stepped down. Total lack of confidence. And it's spreading throughout the industry. We'll get into that in another video with regard to what's happening with the Winklevoss twins and what they've got going on. Investors pulled about $956 million from crypto exchange Binance over the past 24 hours after its chief, Changpeng Zhao, stepped down and faced prison time. He is facing prison time after pleading guilty to settle a years-long U.S. illicit finance probe. Now, these charges center around anti-money laundering rules and Binance violating those rules. As I told you in a previous video about this, any financial services firm in this country has to have annual anti-money laundering compliance training. It's a very serious issue in the industry. And as you can see, if you run afoul of it, you could be facing federal prison time. Now, he's facing 10 years. He pled guilty. The prevailing wisdom says he'll get 18 months or so. The deal, which will see Binance pay $4.3 billion to U.S. authorities to settle the years-long illicit finance probe, has raised questions about the future of the world's largest crypto exchange and marks another blow for an industry beset by scandals. Now, when they say an industry beset by scandals, they're not talking about crypto. Although it's easy to graft one onto the other, what they're mentioning is the industry of cryptocurrency exchanges. Zhao has been replaced by Richard Ting, a senior Binance executive who joined the company in 2021. So they've seen significant outflows since the announcement of the plea deal. But relative to their total holdings, they're saying, oh, it's quite small. By comparison, investors pulled around $1.43 billion from from Binance and its U.S. affiliate in June after the Securities and Exchange Commission sued the company. So we're seeing a repeat of this, loss of confidence. Where do these people go from here? You had FTX. FTX is actually trying to come back. They said that they are going to try to prop that organization back up under new management, of course. But what does this say? And I want to hear from you. What does this say about the cryptocurrency exchange industry? Would you put your crypto over in the hands of an exchange? Would you trust it at this point? Let me know in the comments. The exchange also never reported transactions with websites devoted to selling all kinds of stuff that I'm not going to mention here, highly illegal, untoward stuff that was going on. Binance did not immediately respond to requests for comments on these issues, but the CEO of the company, Mr. Changpeng Zhao, has had a rather weird request of the federal government. He actually wants a federal judge, to allow him to leave the jurisdiction. And when I say the jurisdiction, I mean the country, before he's sentenced. Now, typically, when a person is you don't even have to be convicted. In many cases, when someone's charged with a crime, especially a federal crime, their passport is, they're relieved of it. Especially if they are a billionaire, because the thinking is, well, this person's got access to private air travel. They could be a hell of a flight risk. So besides all that, Changpeng Zhao is requesting that he be released to go back to his home in the UAE until he is sentenced. lawyers for Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao are urging a U.S. judge to reject the Justice Department's request to bar the former CEO from returning to his home in the UAE, United Arab Emirates, until he is sentenced for violating anti-money laundering requirements. Zhao's lawyer in a Thursday filing asked U.S. District Judge Richard Jones in Seattle not to reverse bail conditions set by magistrate judge on Tuesday that would allow him to leave the U.S. while awaiting sentencing. Zhao, a citizen of the UAE and Canada, stepped down as Binance's CEO. We've gone over that. Zhao has agreed to pay $150 million in penalties to the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, as well as a $4.3 billion that Binance is going to cough up for the violation. So the Justice Department has asked to reverse this decision and make Zhao stay in the United States of America. His sentencing is set for February 23rd, and he's out on $175 million in bail bonds. Now, you might say, oh, that's a lot of money. He don't want to risk that. Yeah, he's a billionaire. I don't think the man would flee, but, because he is highly recognizable, right? You know who this guy is. He's been all over the media. But I certainly wouldn't want to be a judge that makes a decision that he can leave and then turn around and realize a situation where he says, I ain't coming back, okay? Although I do think Canada has an extradition treaty with the United States of America. I don't know about the UAE. But in any event, I don't think, actually, guys, the UAE does not have an extradition treaty. The government said it may be unable to secure his return if he chooses not to come back to the U.S. for sentencing, given that it has no extradition treaty with the UAE, and Zhao is a multi-billionaire with significant assets. So there you go. Request denied. Guys, I'll talk to you soon.